Let's check out who's baking along with us. Melanie's living the dream, and we're all jealous. Next, we've got Jay the himbo, who also brought his cat. Does he have a camera?
Cutie,
yes,
I'm so sorry. I'll go back to work right after this, I promise.
Matt is ready cooking in his bedroom today. Love to see it. Juicing with a garlic press. Oh, the most beautiful cat in the world.
I don't like that you're going here saying, oh, Ricky's the champion. He's not. I'm the champion.
Copium.
Minority was right, except for the fact that he says it wasn't his win last week, because it's going to be mine today.
A lot of people are calling people out in this non-competition friendly bake-along, for the record. I love that your friend is in the background just knitting. Like, the aesthetic is amazing. Sarah is toasty. Look at, what a gorgeous kitchen. I did not spend an entire week and making this. Everybody, starting this off, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. This is not my recipe. I do not claim this recipe, and so if it's bad, it's Claire's, and honestly, we've never really liked Claire, so like, you know. First things first, we've got a lot of stuff to zest and juice. So you can use a cheese grater for zesting. A lot of people are like, I don't have a microplane. Microplane is that little thing you zest on. It's like a nail file, kind of looks like it. If you don't have a cheese grater, you can use a serrated knife and kind of scrape it. You're gonna zest 3 of these limes. When you're zesting, guys, you only want to get the greens. Once you get to the white, it gets a little bitter. This one is a little more complicated because we're making a curd, essentially. Curds are hard. Next week, though, I'll talk about next week, we are making King's cake for Mardi Gras, which is very difficult and it takes about 5 hours. So I'm just warning you guys, if you're participating in the bake along next week, it's going to be a long one. While she is zesting, I'm going to dice up some mint. So you're just gonna wanna pick your leaves off. We don't want anything besides leaves.
Ah, I grated my finger! Ah, my skin is going to be in this.
You're a bad sous chef.
Well, do you wanna know why? It's because my nails. Because normally I don't have a problem.
We don't wanna eat your skin.
Yeah, I understand.
All right.
I actually think, oh, I was bleeding, sorry.
That's garbage now.
What, all my hard work?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna speed run this. You know, I just don't really want to, I don't want to eat skin. I don't know if that's just me.
You guys want to see?
No, they can't see blood. They can't see blood.
Never mind, sorry.
Yeah, there's a weird rule on Twitch. It's like the same with nipples, you know? The minute you show it, you get banned.
Sorry, I ruined the recipe with my skin.
You're good. Yeah, to make it very clear, the recipe does not call for skin. Something I talked about in the Discord about this recipe particularly is you do need a 9x9 or an 8x8, a square pan. And if you don't have one, you might have to double the recipe. Like if you're using a casserole dish, it might be a little small for it. But I'll probably use a round dish because I don't have one of those. But we're gonna line whatever pan you're using with aluminum. Oh, I ripped it with my nail. Fucking nail. I hate these.
They only cause issues around here.
You don't want any rips in this, because it will stick to your pan. If you have room temperature butter, then you could grease your pan with room temperature butter. Otherwise, just pan spray. I'm gonna use pan spray, but you don't need to do that yet because we need to get our shortbread crust made. I'm gonna have you dice this butter. This is kind of like a pie recipe. It calls for cold butter to keep a crumbly texture. We want a crumbly texture. Half a cup of butter, or 113 grams of butter, and you're gonna cube that. So I don't like baked goods. I don't usually crave them or go out of my way to eat them, but I have a hard time deciding what to bake. So if there's ever anything you do want to bake, just put it in suggestions in Discord and maybe it will inspire me. Recap, because I know I've been a little all over the place. 3 limes of zest, you've got 2 tablespoons of chopped up mint, and now you have half a cup of cubed butter. You're going to pull a bowl out and get some measuring cups. So we're gonna get 1/4 a cup of sugar in this bowl. Throw that in there. And then your lime zest. Okay, now what you're gonna do, this is very important because we need to get all that lime oil out of there. We're just gonna kind of mush it, like with your hand, like kind of like you're punching it. We're mushing that zest into that sugar. Releases your lime oils, and so you're gonna get more of a lime sensation. I do look 6'2" when I stand next to her. We're gonna add a cup of flour to this now.
People keep making jokes about the skin, and I'm just trying to
It's fine.
keep it cool because they're funny. I'm laughing.
Butter and our mint.
Look at those cubes.
Those are perfect cubes.
Don't point with the knife, that's really bad.
Minecraft cubes. Butter, mint. We're gonna mix in 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Otherwise, there's no leavening agent in this, so there's nothing that gives it any air. So this 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda is gonna give it just a little bit of air, which is good so it doesn't turn into a biscuit. It's gonna help it stay crumbly. Okay, and then always pinch of salt. So if you don't, If a pinch of salt makes you nervous, chat, just do a fourth. Just use that same fourth and throw a fourth in there, okay? All right, now this is all mixable by hand. So you're just gonna come in here and you're gonna start mushing your butter. This is why I'm not letting Taylor do it, because she's bleeding.
Yeah, it's okay. It's probably for the best. Could you use a spoon to mush it?
We're not trying to combine it. We're trying to get a bunch of little crumbs. So if you use a spoon, you might just make a paste. You don't want a paste,
Like,
you want crumbs.
You know those like...
So it's a lot of little tiny balls, a lot of them. It's still kind of crumbly though. See how it's like, you can move it. And this is the way you want to move your hand. Is you grab it and you just roll your thumb and it just makes these little tiny balls. No, yours is perfect. Okay, Melanie's is great. I want you to add a 4th cup more flour and get more balls because you turned yours into a paste. You went too far. Oh, perfect. N-Bird's looks identical to mine. Yours is perfect. Oh, Ricky's is perfect. I can already see it. Here's the deal. Minority, your fingers are starting to melt it looks like.
Doesn't look right.
Freeze it for 3 minutes, pull it back out, and really mush that butter with like your thumb. Jarvis, yours looks great. Yours is perfect. 4th cup of flour, put it in the fridge for like 3 minutes. Sarah, yours is perfect. Yeah, yours is good. If you go any more, you're gonna start getting a paste like those other guys. So what you're gonna do is take your mixture, sprinkle it in, spread it, and now you're gonna press. Those little chunks of butter, those are what create little pockets because when they bake, they melt. And so that's where it creates your little air pockets and gives you a flaky shortbread. Or do we spray first? Holy shit, yes we do. You'll be fine though. If you didn't, there's enough butter in this that you're fine. Yep, spray your pan. If you have already pressed it in and you didn't spray your pan, you're gonna be fine. I promise. You'll actually genuinely be fine. The spray is just extra. It should be so pressed in that you go like this. Oh my God, I forgot it's on aluminum. Don't flip it all the way over. Ta-da! Pour mixture all over counter. Yeah. Really focus on your corners. That's where sometimes people get like a buildup. So like go in there with a knuckle and just really push those down. Our goal is to get this golden brown. So we're gonna put it in the oven for about 30 minutes. We're gonna check on it in 25 though. If yours turned into a paste and it doesn't get saved after you add the extra flour and put it in the fridge, then just press it. It'll just be a little more dense, but it's not that bad. Amaduli, yours looks great. Press it with your hands, not a fork. Press it down because you don't want anything moving. If you tilt it to the side, nothing should roll off, so you need to press that with a hand. Jeannie, yours looks perfect. You can put it in the oven. 2 new players. Okay, dokie. Moving on to the curd, we do have to get quite a lot of juice juiced. If you don't have a juicer, I hope you are ready to use your hands. So it's about 7 lemons. I have some extra lemons just in case, or limes, sorry. So it's about 3/4 a cup. I can have you do this.
So I just put it in here, right?
Yeah. So you need 3/4 of a cup, chat. So it's about 7 limes. If you don't have a juicer, the best thing you can do is juice it by hand and then take a fork at it. Just really get in there and start twisting. You're using the juicer wrong. Is juice coming out of it?
Yeah, I'm like, does it matter? Does it matter if
Welcome to
there's
Twist
juice?
Chat.
I'm like, guys, come on.
We're using eggs, so we're gonna be cooking and we're gonna be adding eggs. So if you curdle it, you'll have scrambled eggs in your lime sauce. So yeah, it's inedible. It's not just bad, it's literally inedible. So this is 3/4 cups of lime juice. And now we need a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Okay, so your lemon juice is now in with your lime juice. Now you're gonna get cornstarch.
I don't know if today is the day we talk about where babies come from. Maybe next time.
1 teaspoon, just kind of sprinkle. It might go in a chunk, that's okay. We'll get it worked in. Pinch or 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And you're just gonna take a whisk or a fork. Just combine that. Get that cornstarch mixed in with all that lemon juice. And we're also going to add 1/2 cup of sugar. Only 1/2 cup. I know the recipe right here says 1 cup, but we're gonna add the other cup to another section. 1/2 cup of the white sugar. Mix that and set aside. I'm having a stress breakdown as we speak.
Taylor Gang, Juicy J, juicing limes. Juicers in chat, coincidence? I think not.
I think not as well. Thank you very much. I need stuff done. I'm overwhelmingly stressed, but I don't know what there is to be done.
What can I do to help you with your stress?
Oh, I just feel bad because it's boring. And so I'm self-conscious that it's boring. Does
I feel like it's not boring, but I can go. I have things to do. So I feel like it'll make you feel better if I'm not here. So
I just feel like it's boring, and so I'm stressed out.
I feel like you're stressing for
I
no
am
reason.
stressing. I'm stressing because like, imagine, okay, and it's not your fault for the record, but imagine you're doing something and I'm just standing there kind of like.
Why are you worried about entertaining me? You've
That's
never
what I'm
been worried
worried
about
about.
entertaining me. Like, I don't understand.
Because people in chat keep saying Taylor looks so bored. And so I get really self-conscious
Okay,
because.
I'm gonna go.
No!
I'm gonna leave because this is stressing me out now. Everybody has so much fun and let me know how it turns out.
Taylor, they want you to come back. I just don't want you to be bored.
Oh my god, why?
As long as you can
when
show
have
me
you
you're
ever
not
been
bored.
worried about me being bored?
When it's on camera and
What?
everyone, you're like, you know, because there's
Well,
nothing
that's
for
what
you
I'm
to do.
supposed to do.
I know, there's nothing for you to
just
do.
hanging out.
That's the problem. This is a bad.
You know what? I'm
stream
busy.
is what I
I'm gonna
learned.
eat some cucumbers and hummus. So
Okay.
I don't need this negativity.
I learned that this is a bad stream.
This is not a bad stream. You need to chill, dog.
So mine's perfect at 25. I'll show you what it looks like. If you need to leave yours in for longer to get what mine looks like, do that.
Please, Mom and Mom, stop fighting.
We're not fighting. She's relaxing my brain. That's your crust. So if your crust is golden, pull it out, let it sit. We need egg yolks. We need 5 of them. To get egg yolks, the easiest way to do it is with your hands. So you're just gonna put an egg into your hand, let the whites fall between your fingers. And then once you have just the yolk, plop it over here. If it breaks, don't add it in. You don't want any egg whites in here. You are gonna add 1 whole egg. All that is in this new bowl, 5 egg yolks and 1 whole egg. Then you're gonna add your other ½ cup of sugar. And we're gonna whisk that. So right now, see how bright yellow this is? We're gonna try to get this to a lighter yellow. So I have my eggs all mixed up, they're fluffy. I have my lime juice over here. We are gonna pull out more cold butter. We need another 6 tablespoons or 85 grams of cold butter. Just quickly cube those. Ooh, this is why I hate posting recipes that you guys know where I got them from, because then you jump ahead. You lower the temperature to 300 degrees. You're gonna take your lime juice, you're gonna put it on your stovetop. If you have a rubber spatula, that's gonna be your best friend. Our goal here is to keep stirring. This is going to start thickening, so we're just gonna keep stirring, kind of medium heat. If you are not stirring the whole time, what happens is the cornstarch is the heaviest thing in here, so your cornstarch will sink and you'll get this really gross goo on the bottom. So just stir the whole time, we're just stirring. Look at this now, right now it's a juice, see that? So you need to know in your head mentally how thick this is, because our goal is to make it thick. And you should see little bubbles forming on the bottom, if not your temperature is not high enough. The goal is to be thick enough that it coats the back of your spoon or whatever you're stirring with. Okay, mine is thick now and it's coating the back of the spoon and it's staying that way. My temperature is way too high. I gotta turn my temperature down. What you're going to do, you have your bowl of eggs. You need to whisk the whole time, but you're adding your hot liquid in here, stir the whole entire time so nothing gets cooked. So what you're doing, you're tempering your eggs, you're bringing them to a temperature that they can cook without getting scrambled. We grab this pan, we come right back on, we pour the eggs in here and bring this to medium heat. Okay, while it's on the oven, you really gotta stir a lot because you'll have chunks if you don't. Stir, scrape the sides of your pan, scrape the sides of your pan, stir, make sure you get the corners, make sure you get the bottom. My bottom is burning because I'm gonna mix it just a little more, but I believe mine is perfect. So what your consistency needs to look like, it needs to coat the back of your spoon to the point that you can go like this. Hell yeah, that's coated. It's not dripping off, it's coated. You add your butter, you take it off the heat. You're adding that 6 tablespoons of butter. But if it is curdled, if you cooked it too long, you cannot fix it, it is done so. You gotta start over. And I have this sauce, it looks like this, thick, pretty thick. The butter's in there now. And you're just gonna pour that into your mixture. This is done. It's better to go low for a long time until it reaches that heat than to go too hot and risk curdling it, okay? Now I'm gonna put mine into the oven. It takes about 25-30 again, so I'm gonna do 25. You can go a little slower with your whisking. I would encourage you not to whisk this part and instead use your rubber spatula right over here. Raise your temperature a little bit and keep doing what you're doing. Scrape your sides, scrape your bottom, like add some pressure to this guy. Yeah, okay, make sure you keep scraping your sides. You're right where Melanie was. You're right where Melanie was. So keep scraping your sides and everything I just told Melanie, you're gonna do as well. Yeah, you're done. You've done it. To whisk to a meringue by hand, it'll take you about 45 minutes. Good luck. You're done, you're done, you're done. I believe that's the thickness of that. That doesn't get much thicker, I want you to know. So as long as your sugar's dissolved here, Ricky, you're probably good. Yeah, it might take a little longer to cook. It's not super thick. You've added butter, so it's gonna be too hard to kind of thicken that curd more. I think you're gonna be closer to like 30, 35. That's 100%, that's 1,000% done. Yes, you're 1,000,000,000% done. You're good. Sarah, yours is super thin still. Oh my God, I can't see a thing. How did it get worse? How did it get worse? Jay, fuck your spoon. Do you have a wooden spoon? Can I just have you dip a wooden spoon in there? Minority goes into Jay's chat and says mid. Minority. There you go. Okay, dip that back of that wooden spoon in there and let me see what comes out. No, don't stir it, just dip. Javis, don't listen to Minority King. You got this. I specifically told you to have your butter ready. Why did you throw the wrappers in? You menace. How do you know when it's done baking? So your sides will be puffed up and the middle will still kind of wobble like jello. So you puff on the sides, but when you move it, see how the middle kind of has a little jello belly? So 1 whole hour, that needs to cool. Now it's just like cheesecake where it just needs to cool to get to the right consistency. And I put in there that it's optional to have powdered sugar and lime zest. And that's just to put on top to make it look nice. This person didn't wait for those to come out. These look nice. What do you think about this?
Looks nice.
This looks nice?
Yeah.
The whole thing?
Yeah, I think everything about it.
Oh, it looks nice.
Yeah.
These lemon bars are actually so lame to look at. Oh, your butter didn't get incorporated all the way before you poured it in. Okay, well this is overbaked. Yeah, I would say yours wasn't thick enough, your custard. But it'll still taste good. People saying yikes, you can't say yikes if you didn't even fucking try. Yeah, you sprinkled the powdered sugar on top already. I'll wait for it to cool before you do that. Oh, Joe's look amazing. Sarah's looks good. Sending this with my roommate to the children's hospital, so added coloring. That is super fun. Minority added the zest on top. Looks great. Looks great. Tony did it, chat. Bye. Thanks for everyone who baked today. Next Saturday is the King's Cake, so I'll post ingredients soon.